right, so welcome to our P3 Maths class. So today we are going to go on with addition and subtraction. I hope it's not going to be too difficult. Okay, so today we'll go through addition, subtraction, direct and indirect. I will explain to you what does direct addition and subtraction mean and what does indirect addition and subtraction mean. And then of course, we can also go through more than and less than direct, more than and less than indirect. Okay. So before we start on today's lesson, let's do a quick recap on addition and subtraction that you guys have already learned in primary 2. Primary 2, we learn about addition and subtraction of numbers up to 3 digits, right? So let's do a quick recap over here. Now, this one, I think all of you are familiar, right? When you want to do your addition, you need to do your working at the side. So this is your column, working column addition over here. So we're going to take 289 plus 354. A lot of you are giving me the answers already. But I have a very important question to ask you. Something that you need to know before you go on with your column addition. Do you start doing the addition from the left or from the right? You start doing your addition from the left or from the right? From the right. Excellent job. We always add the digits in the ones place first, and then if there's any regrouping, we regroup it to the next place value and so on. Okay, so we're going to start with 9 plus 4. Can you tell me what is 9 plus 4? 13. So do I write 13 like this? Is that correct? No, what should I do? What should I do? I need to do my, bring up the 1, I need to do my regrouping. So 13 is equals to 1 tens and 3 ones. So 1 tens, 1 is in the tens place. I need to bring the digit 1 to the tens place over here. Correct? So let's erase this digit 1 and then I'm going to put it right on top in the tens place. Okay, then after that we are going to do our addition in the tens place. So we're going to take 8 plus 5. 8 plus 5 is equals to 13 as well, but remember to plus the little one over here. So 13 plus 1 is equals to 14. Excellent job, guys. Well done. So 4, carry 1 over to the hundreds place, over here. Okay, and then we're going to take 2 plus 3, and then we are going to plus 1. 2 plus 3, and then we are going to plus 1. 6. Excellent job. So 289 plus 354 will be equals to 643. Okay, well done. Now let's go on to today's lesson. So addition and subtraction direct would just mean that they will directly tell you what you need to add and what you need to subtract. So this one is the usual one that we are all very, very familiar with. The only difference between P3 and P2 is that in P3, you will learn up to addition and subtraction of numbers up to 4 digits, because you guys already learned numbers up to 10,000. So a lot of numbers will appear in the thousands place right now. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Let's try the following. We have 1,785 plus 3,162. So again, we are going to start with our addition in the ones place. So let's start over here. Can you tell me what is 5 plus 7? Oh, so 5 plus 2. I almost give you the answer. 5 plus 2 is equals to 7. Excellent job. Let's do the digits in the tens place. We have 8 plus 6. 8 plus 6 is equals to 14. So 4, carry 1 over to the hundreds, please. So now we have 7 plus 1 plus 1 more, which is equals to 9. 7 plus 1 is equals to 8, plus the 1 that we carried over, you will have 9. And lastly, in the thousands place over here, we have 1 plus 3, which is equals to 4. Excellent job. So my answer would be 4,947. Excellent. Okay, so let's move on to the first question. So over here, we have 4,360 plus 4,723. So we have 4,360 plus 4,723. So we are going to do something like this, isn't it? Okay, so addition in the ones place, followed by the tens place, followed by the hundreds and the thousands, and I see a lot of correct answers coming in. Excellent job, guys. Well done, well done, well done. All right, so we're going to do addition in the ones place. 0 plus 3 is equals to 3. 6 plus 2 is equals to 8. 3 plus 7 is equals to 10. So we're going to carry 1 over. 4 plus 4 is equals to 8 plus the 1 that we carry over, you have 9. So your answer would be 9,083. Again, even though we are calculating, we are doing the addition from right to left, make sure your final answer will be 9,083, not 3,809. Okay, that is very, very important. All right. All right, so let's take a look at bubble question number 1. Do the following. We have 3,740 plus 6,231. This one is easier because there's no regrouping involved. Can I give you 30 seconds to complete this? Okay, and the correct answer would be option number 3. So for those of you who give me any other options other than option number 3, let's take a look at our calculations together. Okay, so over here we have 3,740. We are going to add 6,231. So again, we are going to start with our addition in the ones place. So 0 plus 1 is equals to 1. 4 plus 3 is equals to 7. 7 plus 2 is equals to 9. And 3 plus 6 is equals to 9. So your answer would be 9,971. All right. So are you ready for bubble question number 2? Are you ready for bubble question number 2? So let's take a look over here. The question is asking you to find the sum of 1,654 and 323. So sum. What does sum mean? Does it mean addition? Does it mean subtraction? Yes, it is your addition. So can you please do your calculation on your piece of paper? You have 30 seconds to key in the answer. Please do your calculations very, very quickly. So this one also relatively easy because there's no regrouping needed. Over here, the word sum would mean addition, correct? So we just need to add 1,654. We are going to add it to 323. So again, it's easier because there's no regrouping involved, isn't it? There's no regrouping involved. So let's start with the digits in the ones place. 4 plus 3 is equals to 7. 5 plus 2 is equals to 7. 6 plus 3 is equals to 9. And 1 plus nothing? 1 plus nothing is equals to 1. So your answer would be 1,977. So that would be option number 2. All right, so let's move on to question number 2. So we have already covered addition. Can you make a guess what would the next question be about? Subtraction, naturally, right? Because we're talking about addition and subtraction today. So now let's do the following. We have 9,017 minus 901. 9,017 minus 901. What would you guys get? So again, just like addition, for subtraction, we always have to start with the digits in the ones place. If there's not enough for us to do our subtraction, we have to regroup from the tens place or the hundreds place or the thousands place. We need to borrow from the next place value. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we are going to take 7 minus 1. 7 minus 1 is equals to 6, no problem. Correct. Okay, next we go on to the digits in the tens place. We have 1 minus 0. 1 minus 0 is equals to 1, isn't it? 1 minus 0 is equals to 1. Excellent job. And then this one looks a little bit tricky. In the hundreds place, we have 0 minus 9. Can 0 minus 9? No, so what should we do? What should we do if 0 cannot minus 9? We need to regroup from the thousands place. We need to borrow 1. Okay, so over here, we are going to borrow 1,000 from 9,000. That will leave us with 8,000. All right, and then now we will have 10 hundreds in the hundreds place. The digit 10 will be in the hundreds place. So it's 10 hundreds, which is equivalent to 1,000. Okay, so now we're going to take 10 minus 9. 10 minus 9 is equals to 1. Excellent job. Okay, and lastly, we are left with the digit 8 in the thousands place. 8 minus nothing, that will give us 8. Okay, so your answer would be 8,116. All right, so are you guys ready for bubble question number 3? Yes? Yes. Okay, so let's take a look at bubble question number 3 again. You have to help me to do the following. I'm going to take 9,800 minus 136. So let's take a look together. How do we do this subtraction? So we definitely need to do regrouping. Okay, so we have 9,800. We are going to minus 136. Okay, so again, let's start from the digits in the ones place. All right, let's start with the digits in the ones place. We have 0 minus 6. Now 0 cannot minus 6, so we need to regroup, correct? But we cannot borrow any number from the tens place because in the tens place, we have nothing as well. There's 0 tens. So where do we do our regrouping for? What do you guys think? I cannot borrow from the tens place. I need to regroup from the hundreds place, correct? From the hundreds place. So I'm going to borrow 100 from 800 over here. Okay, so let's regroup. 800 becomes 700. And then in your tens place, you will have 10 tens, which is equals to 100. Okay, so now I have 10 tens in the tens place. I can borrow 1 tens from the 10 tens, correct? So I'm going to regroup this to become 9 tens. Now I will have 10 ones. 10 ones. So now I can take 10 minus 6. So 10 minus 6 will give me 4. Then we have 9 minus 3 in a tens place. 9 minus 3 is equals to 6. 7 minus 1 is equals to 6. And 9 minus nothing is equals to 9. So your answer would be 9,664. A lot of you gave me option number 3. So this one, you must remember to regroup. Okay, it becomes 7. So 7 minus 1 is equals to 6. No longer 8 minus 1 equals to 7. Okay. All right, so let's move on to bubble question number 4. You got it correct? Well done to those of you who got it correct. Let's move on, shall we? And let's see whether you guys are able to do this one as well. So do the following. We need to find the difference between 8,080 and 606. So let's take a look, okay? I do have a handful of you who gave me option number 2. Those of you who gave me option number 4, what does difference mean? What does difference mean, guys? Do you need to do addition or do you need to do subtraction? Difference mean you need to do subtraction, isn't it? Okay, difference means you need to do subtraction. So we are going to take 8,080 minus 606. So again, regrouping is involved because in the ones place, we cannot take 0 minus 6. So we need to regroup. Okay, we are going to regroup from 8 tens will become 7 tens, and then you have 10 ones over here. So 10 minus 6, 10 minus 6 will give you 4. 7 minus 0 will give you 7. And then again, in the hundreds place, 0 cannot minus 6. So let's do a regrouping again. Okay, so regroup from the thousands place, you have 7,000. Now you have 10 hundreds. So 10 minus 6 will give you 4. 7 minus nothing will give you 7. So in this case, you will have 7,474. So the answer would be option number 3. So shall we move on to the next concept over here? So far, we have been doing addition and subtraction direct. Next one, the next concept we are going to do indirect. So what does indirect mean? Indirect just means that the question will give you addition, but it's not asking you for the final answer. It's asking you for part of the answer over here. Okay, so in addition and subtraction indirect, we are usually given a part of the equation and the result. And then we are asked to find the missing part of the equation. So let's try the following. We have 1,460 plus something will give me 5,000. Okay, will give me 5,000 over here. So from here, how do I find the missing number? Do I need to do addition or do I need to do subtraction? Subtraction, minus, excellent job. That is why we call this to be indirect, because over here you see addition. But you all know in order to find this missing number over here, we need to do subtraction. Okay, so how do you identify whether you need to do addition or subtraction? I'm sure all of you are very familiar with the term number bonds. And in number bonds, we always have our part, whole, correct? Yes, part, whole concept. So this one over here is the part, whole, isn't it? In addition, in model drawing, in P2, we all learn part, whole. That means one whole, which is equals to 5,000 in this case, can be split into two parts. Okay, so one of it is 1,460. We need to find this other part over here. So in order to find this question mark, we need to do our subtraction. Excellent job, guys. So we are going to take 5,000 minus away 1,460. So I'm no longer going to do the working for you guys. Can you guys do the working by yourself and tell me what is the final answer? 3,540. Do all of you get this one? For those of you who did not get 3,540, please double check on your regrouping. Okay, let's do one working. Okay, the subsequent one I will leave the working to you guys. Okay, let's do the working for this one. Okay, so I'm gonna do it on the left hand side. So let's take 5,000 minus 1,460. Okay, because this digit is 0, 0 minus 0, nothing minus nothing will give me 0. So in the ones place, you guys know, correct? Now, in the tens place, we have 0 minus 6. We know that 0 cannot minus 6, we need to regroup. But we cannot regroup from the from the hundreds place because there's nothing as well, because it is 0 hundreds. So the only place that we can regroup it from or borrow from is the thousands place. So this one no longer remains as 5. We are going to borrow 1,000 from 5,000, right? So over here, it becomes 4,000. You're going to regroup it into 10 hundreds. Now the tens place can borrow from your hundreds place because now in the hundreds place I have 10. So let's regroup 10 hundreds to become 9 hundreds, and then we will have 10 tens. So then you can do your subtraction. Okay, so for those of you who give me 4,540 or 3,640, your regrouping, you have to double check on your regrouping. Okay. All right, so 10 minus 6 in the tens place will give you 4, 9 minus 4 will give you 5, and 4 minus 1 will give you 3. So your answer will be 3,540. Okay, so shall we go on to our bubble question? Okay, so let's take a look at bubble question number 5. So it's almost exactly the same as what we have went through just now, just that the numbers are different. Okay, so 5,273 plus what will give you 6,000. So for those of you who need a little bit of help, you might need to write part, whole. Okay, so over here we have the part. This is also the part. Then you need the whole. So in order for you to find one part over here, what do you need to do? Do you need to do addition or do you need to do subtraction? Okay, so Zell, do it properly, do your regrouping. So in this case, we know that ones place. Okay, let me do the write down for you, okay, the working. You have 6,000 minus 5,273. Then from here, you need to do your regrouping because this is 0, this is 0, and this is 0. So you regroup from your 6,000. Okay, so over here. So this one must become 5. Then you can continue. All right. For those of you who still need a little bit of help, I'm going to help you with the regrouping part and then you do your subtraction. Okay. All right. So 5,000 over here, and then we have 10 hundreds. So now we can regroup from 10 hundreds to give you 9 hundreds. You will have 10 tens. Regroup from 10 tens to give you 9. You will have 10 ones. Okay. So please continue the rest and give me what is your final answer. Okay, so let's do a quick subtraction, column subtraction on the side over here. We have 10 minus 3 in a one space, okay? So let's start from the right-hand side. 10 minus 3 is equals to 7, 9 minus 7 is equals to 2, 9 minus 2 is equals to 7, and 5 minus 5 is equals to 0. So the answer would be 727. So the answer would be option number 1. Some of you gave me option number 3. Okay, so please be careful. Some of you gave me option number 2. For those of you who gave me option number 2, please be careful. You need to regroup from the 10 to give you 9. Okay, so it's no longer 10 minus 7 because you need to borrow 110 from this 10 over here. Okay, so this one might be a little bit confusing. So let's take a look at this one over here. It's actually the same kind of question, but I just rearranged the way I present the question. So now is 3,210 is equals to 912 plus something. Okay, so for this case, do you still do addition or do you need to do subtraction? What do you guys think? Do you do addition or do you do subtraction? Yes, because the equal sign will be the one that separates, right? So this is actually now the whole is equals to part plus part. So in order for you to find one part, you will need to do subtraction. Okay, for those of you who still need a little bit of help, let's take a look, okay? And let me help you. 3,210 minus 912, we need to do our subtraction. Okay, so we are going to regroup. 0 cannot minus 2. Let's regroup from here. Okay, and then you realize in the 10 space becomes 0. Then 0 cannot minus 1. So we're going to regroup from here to have 10. And then 1 cannot minus 9. 1 cannot minus 9. So we need to regroup from the thousands place. Then you have 11. Okay, Pinkoi, you know where you went wrong? That's the most important part of learning, isn't it? All right, to understand where you went wrong so that you won't make the same mistakes again. Okay, so let's continue on with our working over here. So start from the ones place. 10 minus 2 is equals to 8. 10 minus 1 is equals to 9. 11 minus 9 is equals to 2. And 2 minus nothing is equals to 2. So the answer would be 2,298. The answer would be option number 2. Okay, everybody can follow so far? Can understand? I think maybe this one, the confusing part will be in the hundreds place and the tens place, correct? Because once you regroup this one, it becomes 0, then what do you do next? You still need to continue to regroup. Okay, so over here, once you regroup, you realize you're left with 1 and 1 cannot minus 9. So what do you need to do? You just need to regroup. As long as you cannot do your subtraction, just regroup from the greater place value. Okay. All right, so now we have been covering indirect addition. So let's try with our indirect subtraction. This one will be a little bit trickier, okay? This one will be a little bit trickier. So let's take a look over here. 7,000 minus something will give you 2,999. So in order for you to find this, and this is a subtraction, what do you guys need to do? Do you need to do addition or do you need to do subtraction? Subtraction, excellent job. Oh, but then just now teacher J already said it's indirect. That means when they show me addition, I need to do subtraction. Why doesn't it mean when they show me subtraction means I need to do addition? How come this one subtraction still subtraction? For those of you who find it a little bit confusing for this question, okay, or this type of question, I need you to remember your number bonds. Okay, your number bonds. Remember when we do subtraction, this number is always the biggest. So this is actually the whole minus the part will give you the part. Correct? So 7,000 is the whole. 7,000 must minus something, then it will give you 2,999. Okay, so in order for you to find a part, as long as they're asking you to find a part, you need to do your subtraction. Okay, so in this case, we are going to take 7,000 minus 2,999. And what would your answer be? 4,001. Okay, so I hope all of you can do your subtraction by now. Your answer will be 4001. Okay, now then we need to compare with this other variation of indirect subtraction. Something minus 3,285 will give me 1,076. So how do I find this number? Now in this case, do I need to do addition or subtraction? Addition. Excellent job, guys. Addition. So again, for those of you who find it a little bit confusing, we're going to write down. When we do subtraction, we always have the bigger number minus a smaller number because we cannot use a smaller number minus a bigger number, isn't it? Okay, so over here we have whole minus part equals to part. Okay, so in order for you to find a whole number, right? So this is the whole, and then we have the two parts over here. This is 3,285, and this is 1,076. So we need to find this one. So part whole, in order for you to find the whole, we need to add the two parts together. Okay, and we have to add the two parts together. So in this case, we want to find a bigger number. We need to do addition. So we're going to take 1,076 plus 3,285. So this is the whole, and then this is the part and the part. So in order for you to find the whole, we need to take part plus part. Yes, so the answer would be 4,361. Okay, 4,361. Please do your addition, not your subtraction. Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit confusing. So if it is ever confusing for you guys, please write down whole part. Subtraction is always whole minus a part to give you the part. Addition will be part whole. Okay, part plus part will give you the whole. Okay, guys? So let's give it a try. Bubble question number 7. Let's give this a try. We are going to do the following. 2,540 minus something must give you 1,210. So think about it. Draw your number bond if you need to. Okay, think about it. Do you need to do subtraction of the two numbers to give you the answer, or do you need to do addition of the two numbers to give you the answer? Okay, if you need help, remember subtraction, we're going to take the whole minus part. Okay, so whole minus part to give you a part. Now, like I mentioned, because you need part whole, two parts to make a whole, in order for you to find a part, you need to do subtraction. Okay, subtraction. So you have to take 2,540 minus 1,120 to get the answer. Okay, for those of you who find it a little bit confusing, this is how your number bond should look like. Okay, this is how your number bond should look like. So you have to find this part over here. So in order for you to find this part, do you need to do addition or subtraction? So when you take 2,540 minus 1,210, you can do your mental calculation because there's no regrouping involved over here. Your answer will be 1,330. So the answer would be option number 3. So let's go on to bubble question number 8. Bubble question number 8. So take a look over here again. Think about it. Do you need to do addition or do you need to do subtraction right now? Some of you need help. Okay, so again, let's write our part whole. Okay, so over here we have our whole minus a part to give you a part. So what you're looking for the whole. That means this one minus this one will give you this part over here. So what do you need to do? Do you need to do addition or do you need to do subtraction? Remember your number bond. Are you finding a smaller number or are you finding a bigger number? If you're finding a smaller number, do subtraction. If you're finding a bigger number, do addition. When you do subtraction, do you take a big number minus a small number or a small number minus a big number? For those of you who are still not clear about the whole part. When you do subtraction, do you guys take a big number minus small number or small number minus a big number? You must always take a big number minus a small number, okay? So let's remove this whole and the part if you're not sure about part whole, okay? You know that in subtraction, you must always take a big number minus a small number. Come on, correct? And that will give you a small number. These two small number may not be the same, but we know that we must always have a bigger number to minus a small number. So with this in mind, okay, we know that this number has to be bigger than this number and this number. So in order for me to find a big number, do you need to do addition or subtraction? You want a big number. If you do subtraction, will you be able to get a bigger number? Or when you do addition, are you able to get a bigger number? Addition, correct. So in order for you to do this one, in order for you to find what is the value of this big number, you need to add these two small numbers together. Okay, so in other words, I can say this is a big number can be split into two small numbers. So in order for me to find a big number, I need to add the two small numbers together. In order for me to find one of the small numbers, I need to take the big number minus the other small number. Okay, so I hope this is a little bit clearer comparing big and small. Okay, so in order for you to find the big number, let's just take 5,240 plus 124. Okay, when you do your addition already, then you have 5,364. So your answer would be option number 4. Okay, so are you ready for our challenge question? Yes? Are you ready for our challenge question? Yes. Okay, for challenge number 1, let's take a look over here. Tell me, what is the missing number in the box? Ooh. I want you to find this number over here. In order for you to solve these, you first need to find out what is this. Okay, you need to find out what is this. What is 10 plus 350? Then from here, you need to take something minus 200 to give you 10 plus 350. Okay, for those of you who know the part, whole, the whole minus part to give you the part, because this is subtraction. If not, you can take the big minus small number to give you a small number. So you want to find a big number over here. Do you need to do addition or do you need to do subtraction? Okay, so think about that. Let's take a look together, okay? So the first thing we need to do is complete the right-hand side. We need to solve what is 10 plus 350. I'm sure all of you can tell me the answer, right? What is 10 plus 350, guys? 360. Over here. Yes, so then we know part whole, isn't it? We know that a big number minus a small number will give me a small number. Meaning to say something minus 200 will give me 360. So in order for me to find this big number, do I do addition or do I do subtraction? Remember, I need a bigger number. I need a bigger number. In order for me to get a bigger number, addition or subtraction? Addition or subtraction? What do you guys think? We need to do addition. Thank you very much, Vera. So we're going to take 200 plus 360. That would give me 560. So the answer would be option number 3. Okay, for those of you who are not sure whether you need to do addition or subtraction, can you please check your work? Okay, for those of you who gave me option number 1, you have 160. Are you able to take 160 minus 200? If you're not able to do that, chances are that it's not the correct answer. Okay, so double check your work. Make sure you have 560 minus 200. When you take 560 over here and you minus 200, will you be able to get 360? If yes, chances are that would be the correct answer. Okay? So hopefully that will be easier for you guys to see whether you get the correct answer or you get the incorrect answer. Okay? Shall we try one more challenge question? One more challenge question? Yes? Let's take a look, okay? Ooh. You have to find what are the values of A and B for me. A and B for me. So I need you guys to do your column addition. When you take 9 plus 8, what do you get? Do you get 7? Do you get 17? Do you get 27 or something like that? Make sure you do all your regrouping correctly, okay? And then solve what is A and what is B. So what are the values of A and B? What are the values of A and B? What do you guys think? A lot of you gave me option number one. If you do option number one, you're missing out on the regrouping part. You just went ahead and 4 plus 4 is equals to 8. 3 plus 4 is equals to 7. That is not correct because 9 plus 8 is not equals to 7. 9 plus 8 is equals to 17, isn't it? 9 plus 8 is equals to 17. So we have to put 1 on top over here in the tens place, meaning to say 1 plus 4 plus 8 is equals to 8. We know that 1 plus 4 is equals to 5. So what can A be? What should A be? A must have a value of 3, isn't it? A must have a value of 3. Yes, because 5 plus 3 will give you the answer 8 over here. Therefore, A cannot be 4. A has to be 3. Okay? So 1 plus 4 plus 3 is equals to 8. 7 plus 4, let's take a look over here, okay, in the hundreds place. 7 plus 4 is not equals to 1. 7 plus 4 is equals to 11. 11. So we need to regroup the 1 in the thousands place. So now, in order for me to find B, I need to take 1 plus 3 plus 4 equals to B. So for me to find D, I just need to add all of this together. 1 plus 3 is equals to 4. 4 plus 4 is equals to 8. So B is equals to 8. All right, so the answer would be option number 2. B cannot be 7. Ta-da! So this is how you find the value of A and B. Everybody can follow and understand? For those of you who got it incorrect, I hope you understand it now. Okay, so well done, guys. All right, so we do not have time for the next part of our lesson. So we are going to end here today. What we have learned today, we have already covered addition and subtraction, direct and indirect. Bye, guys.